Save the best for last here at the Delco Pro-Am, our fourth and final game, perhaps our biggest one in terms of playoff implications. PTP against KLM Insurance. Both teams coming in at 5-4, so you could consider this one a play-in game, Aaron.
Yeah, both teams tied for sixth place right now with each other. Losing team could find themselves on the outside looking in, so a lot of playoff implications here. As we said before, that 6th, 7th, and 8th place seedings in the playoffs not locked up yet by anybody.
Starting off with PTP, what are they going to need to do to beat out KLM Insurance here?
Plain and simple, key one for them is Will Brown has to have a good game. He's their best scorer from outside. Easily can drop 20 in a game. We've seen him go for 30 plus. When he's shooting the ball well and gets a second, to look at the bucket and square up, nearly unstoppable from beyond the arc. So big game out of him is going to be needed. Key number 2 is slow down Nate Edwards. We saw in that game against Omega Medical between KLM, Nate Edwards took over, finished the game I believe with 29 points, absolutely dominating performance, and his ability to come across the screen or come off a screen, stop on a dime, and shoot from in the paint is really second to none in this league, quite frankly. Great player Nate Edwards as well as Dev McBride. Need to slow those two guys down. They're the two best scorers for KLM Insurance. And key 3, utilize CJ Aiken early and often. Too often they don't go to him down low in the paint until later in the second half when things get close. If you can get to him early, use him a lot. He's a guy, there's really no one on this KLM roster that can match up with him athletically. So if he can get the ball down low in the paint, he's going to be tough to stop.
For KLM Insurance, who do they rely on to get past PTP?
Well, we just talked about CJ Aiken for PTP, and that is going to fall on Eric Brennan for KLM. He's going to have to step up big time because he's their guy going to anchor the middle tonight in the paint. He's a very good post defender. Not going to give you a ton on offense, maybe 10, 15 a game, which is actually pretty good if you can get that against C.J. Aiken. But he's a very good post defender. If he can box out Aiken on the glass and force him away from the bucket and try to force him into jump shots, that's going to go a long way towards KLM picking up this win and securing a playoff spot. Key number 2 is going to be Nate Edwards and Dev McBride. We talked before about how PTP needs to shut them down. Those two, by far the two best scoring options for KLM on the entire roster. Nate Edwards and Dev McBride. We saw last night Dev McBride had himself a game, I believe dropped 28 in the KLM victory over Trad Jazz. Absolutely went off. Key 3 for them is going to be keep PTP out away from running. We saw in that game earlier this week against Trad Jazz, Maples and Brazil, PTP won 91-63. The majority of those points coming in transition with PTP running with Will Brown, Langston Galloway. Those guys absolutely ran the court to perfection. So if they can do that again tonight, it's going to be tough for KLM. They need to get back on defense every time a shot goes up. Can't stand there watching your shot. As soon as that goes up, back on defense, get yourself set, and just try your best to slow down PTP.
It's going to be tough. PTP is certainly a team that can put up points in bunches. So we got a great game coming up for you in just a moment. PTP against KLM Insurance, Will Brown and company against Nate Edwards and company. Should be a great one, so stay with us. We're coming back in just a few moments.